Alright, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be desensitizing Avalon. Unfortunately, this video was supposed to be taking place in the arena in town today, but because of everything that happened, I want to do it at home. So, long story short, I did not feel good. I took a nap, as we do when we don't feel good, and I woke up and Avalon was outside my window. I thought that's strange. How'd she get out? Well, I come out and the fence is intact and everything looks fine. And so I'm like, how did she get out? The gate's still latched. Like, this doesn't make sense. Well, we have, if you've been following my channel for a while, a big tarp that's been in our pasture for years. And it's never moved. It's never gotten picked up by the wind. Nothing. It's never been an issue. What looks like happened is Avalon probably played with it because she's the type to chew on things. And it has a bunch of holes in it. It's garbage. We just can't burn right now, so we can't burn it. What looks like happened is she stepped through it or was playing with it and got her leg caught in it and got spooked and took off running. She knocked half of our fence down to the ground. Luckily, my dad was home and we were able to fix it within a matter of minutes. Avalon's completely fine. She has a couple of, like, sized scratches on her leg. But other than that, she is completely fine. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to round pin her a little bit, get her paying attention, get her focused on me, and then I have, they're playing with a salt lick. And then I have a plastic bag in my pocket, and we're going to tie it to a whip and start desensitizing her. Okay, so I haven't really brought you guys along with working with Avalon. It's just been basic stuff that I used to do with Kamani. So I did leave a few things in for you guys to see. We are working on her doing some lunging on the line. Because as you'll see, she gets sticky, doesn't really know that she's supposed to go forward. But not only that, when you add a little bit more pressure and ask a little bit more of her, she pins her ears and she nips. But as you have to watch her mouth really, really closely, it's when she pins those ears back, she lets out a tiny, tiny little nip. Whereas last week, or the week before, she would just come straight at you and bite you. She kind of got tired of being whacked on the chest and backed up for that, so now this is what she's gone to. So she's starting to learn that that is not okay, and she's starting to come out of it. But watch her mouth very closely, and I do zoom in here in a minute when she pins her ears, and just watch very closely for that little nip. It's nothing bad. She's just figuring out that she doesn't get to act like that when I'm working with her. If her and Kamani want to do that, that's perfectly fine, but when I'm working with her, it's not allowed. She's becoming soft. She's holding her lead rope nice and loose. She's not dragging and pulling. She does some, but that's to be expected. I don't work her every day because she's extremely sensitive, and I have to learn to be quiet, which is kind of hard for me. You can see her ear pinning there. I have to learn to keep my body quiet and my cues quiet. Right here, I'm asking for a trot. So I don't work her every single day. Right there's ear pinning and a little bit of a nip. So we're working through it, and she's actually learning pretty well. Watch right here. There's a nip right there. Again, they're very subtle, very quick, and very tiny. So you really have to watch her mouth. So after that, she got a little sticky, didn't want to go anymore. I'm spanking the ground 3 times. She's not going. So I'm going to lightly tap her a little bit harder, tap her a little bit harder, and then she finally left. She gets a little sticky, as do a lot of horses when you're teaching them how to lunge on line. You can see there I just raised my arm and she gets a little wound up. Like the slightest little thing gets her wound up and gets her pissy and nippy, and she just has this huge attitude. So here I'm asking her to canter. I don't want to spank her because, again, everything works her up. So I'm just kind of bringing that whip up behind her, and when she does canter, I stop her and let her take a break. Here I'm grabbing my plastic bag, and you can see I'm being very loud about it. I'm not hiding the fact that I have it. I don't even have a hold of her, and this is very unexpected because she's very snorty and spooky at new things. So the fact that she does what she does with this bag, it was pretty shocking to me. So I brought her over here, and I just do some advance and retreat, allow her to smell it, and I take it away. But I take it away loudly, and I bring it up a little bit, kind of between quiet and loud, just so she hears it, so I'm not sneaking around her. And she does pretty well. I can't complain. I mean, I honestly thought this was going to be a chase game where I'm going to have to hang on and run with her. And she leans away a little bit, but I think that's like the gist of it. Like, it's just shocking to, you know, after everything that happened with the tarp today, and then to come in with a plastic bag and this is how she acts. It's completely shocking to me. This is not the horse that I brought home from Arizona, and you can ask Blue Rock Horsemanship. Like, this horse is extremely sensitive, and I'm pretty loud and pretty heavy-handed, so she's teaching me that the more loud and heavy-handed I am, the more she's going to come on top of me, kick, bite, rear, everything like that. The quieter I am, the more willing she is. So it's a learning curve for me, because I definitely needed a horse to teach me how to be quiet. Another thing I'll do before I go to their body, after I do their face, is I do their front legs to make sure they're not going to strike. I don't want to go back by their hind end and didn't test this and then I get kicked, which luckily I don't. So we go to do her body here, and I make sure to rub it everywhere. I make sure to flap it all around, make as much noise as I can without ripping the bag, because it's the only one we have, and put it on both sides of her at once. You can see she didn't even care about that. Like, it's just weird to see this. I mean, I'm happy, I'm proud of it, but it's really strange to watch, because knowing this horse and knowing how jumpy, flighty, spooky, sensitive, she snorts at everything, freaks out at everything new, and then to have her do that is weird. So I did the other side, and then I decided, okay, what if she's moving? But I did not move her any more than a walk, because again, I don't want to push her, she's sensitive. So I just had her walk both ways and just kind of flapped it around and see how she did. And I mean, her head's high a little bit, but she's not freaking out, and she's paying attention to me. She's softening on the line when I ask her to. And it's pretty cool. So the next thing I wanted to do was flexing. Now, one thing I noticed when I went to buy her, I did this with her when I went to buy her and she had nothing on. She flexes herself. Every time you put your arm on her back, this is what she does. So I would love to keep that much of a softness to her. I'm hoping to kind of stay calm and keep a softness to her. Now, I should have released right there, but I guess in the moment I didn't realize that she had given, because I didn't physically feel her soften. I just seen her move, but I didn't feel her soften. That's okay, we didn't get into a fight or anything, so I just hold, she goes, I release, and she still keeps her head in, and I absolutely love that. Again, same thing on this side. Beautiful softness, and that's it for this day. I don't push her very much. Thanks for watching.